What's going on YouTube? Jeans here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are bringing you guys powerful restricted Pokemon. I should say powerful off-meta restricted Pokemon. We got ourselves Weakness Policy Necrozma and Power Herb Terapagos in Regulation I. Now, when it comes to these two restricted Pokemon, the reason I say they're off-meta is because the other restricted Pokemon, such as like Shadow Rider Calyrex, Groudon Kyogre, Ice Rider Calyrex, and Miraidon Crydon are just better than these guys, but we're using these two in a way that these guys can thrive out here and do a lot of damage. Necrozma has the Weakness Policy as item with Prism Armor as ability, rocking Protect, Dragon Dance, Sunseal Strike, and Photon Geyser. Whether it sets up with Dragon Dance or gets that Weakness Policy pop, this Pokemon is going to be hitting like a truck. Terapagos, on the other hand, does not have a setup move. It's not rocking Calm Mind, but like I already mentioned, it's got that Power Herb to go with Meteor Beam, so we can get attacking right off the rip, get that special attack boost, and then pretty much just Terra Starstorm all around. So really do like these restricted Pokemon. We're going to be using them a lot in today's video. Our final four Pokemon on today's squad going to be Rillaboom, Gouging Fire, Grimmsnarl, and Tornadus. Two supporting Pokemon, two attacking Pokemon. Tornadus going to be our speed control Pokemon alongside weather control Pokemon. On top of that, it has Astonish to pop that Weakness Policy on Necrozma. Rillaboom's doing Rillaboom things, Grimmsnarl setting up screens, and Gouging Fire kind of just bringing everything together. It's got Snarl for special attack drops, Breaking Swipe for physical attack drops. On top of that, it's got Flare Blitz for some damage, so it can pretty much do it all. Guys, if you want to run the team for yourself, remember the code is at the top right hand corner, and if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's hop into match number 1, showcasing Weakness Policy Necrozma and Power Herb Terapagos in Regulation I. First match coming at you guys, and I'm not going to take this one lightly. They got Alolan Raichu, Alolan Ninetales, alongside Primarina, Frostlass, Lapras, and Indeedee. This one could definitely get out of hand for them, right? We got ourselves our restricted Pokemon. I'm ready to rip up into it. I'm ready to get after it here in match number 1. I think we just lead our Necrozma alongside with our Tornadus. Maybe just pop Weakness Policy, start getting after it that way. I like that. Bring Terapagos in the back end, and last but not least, probably Gouging Fire. They got a few Ice-type Pokemon. Or I could go Indeedee. Well, not Indeedee, Rillaboom, just to kind of counter the Indeedee if I want to, but I like this lead here. I definitely like this lead because I can not only pop Weakness Policy, but I can also Rain Dance and swap Weather Control if they want to lead the Alolan Ninetales. So that's pretty good for us. That is definitely pretty good for us. But again, no restricted Pokemon, so this just might be an easy match on the casual ladder here. We'll see how this one plays out here to get things started. But they're going to go into the Alolan Ninetales alongside with Lapras. I think I just change Weather and I just go into a Dragon Dance to get this Pokemon set up. I really do believe that's our best bet here. I really do believe that's our best bet. So Dragon Dance here. We will just go for this nice, lovely Rain Dance. Just get this weather. Get this weather going, right? I don't want him setting up a Roar Bell. I don't want him Blizzard spamming in the snow. It could really be tough. It could really be tough. But that's something I love that they did with Scarlet and Violet was They buffed Hail. Well, they took out Hail out of the game, and then they put Snow in, which actually was a great move for them. Make Ice-type Pokemon a little bit better, give them a little bit of a buff, and I am a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of this move. But we go into Rain Dance here, change up that weather, and we D-Dance up. So not only are we getting an attack boost, we're also getting a speed boost. And what are they gonna do from here? Hopefully go for a Roar Bell. No, they're going for Blizzard Spam, and of course they're connecting them, no problem. There's one connect there, and probably going for it again, right? Yep, double Blizzard, and they're connecting it, no problem. I changed to Snow, I changed to Rain, for them not to land Blizzards, and they're still landing Blizzards. So Blizzard Spam happens, I get off a Dragon Dance here. I could just go into Gouging Fire and just start snarling away and just let Necrozma do the work. That's pretty much what I'm going to do here. That's pretty much what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to go into Gouging Fire here. I'm going to boost their energy pop. Get that going. Then I'm going to end up boosting my speed, which is lovely. Beautiful. So from here, Sunseal Strike, we are just going to send it into this slot. And I'm just going to snarl down this Lapras. Because Lapras actually does less damage because it's not... Actually, is it an Ice-type Pokemon? Actually, it is. I always forget it's Ice-type. It kind of just looks like it's a Water-type Pokemon, but I'm just going to end up snarling it. Beautiful. Taking off Focus Sash if they have it on the Ninetales. And Sunseal Strike should KO this thing, no problem. Popping after it. Get after it. See you later. But I just think it's so funny. I was just like, alright, let's get rid of the snow just so they can't Blizzard spam. Don't land in Blizzard's no problem. Let's see if they do it again. Oh no. Luckily we can still swap. Luckily they don't. Do they not? Wait. Who do they have here? They don't have Gothitelle. No, they don't. They do not have Gothitelle. That is scary. Parasong's terrifying, but I can still swap one of them. Parasong is dropping to 3. I'm just going to attack in the meantime. Flare Blitz's really not doing that much damage. They are going to go into Indeedee. But Snarl can do some nice damage into Indeedee, which is good news. I could end up just swapping Gouging Fire here, just into Terapagos. Might just be my play, to be honest with you. Yeah, you know, we're just going to swap into Terapagos. We're not going to let Parasong really just, like, control everything. Because we can swap right now. It's not like they have Gothitelle on the field. But Parasong, getting after it, forcing us to swap out here. I'm not too worried about Indeedee. I got Terapagos out on the field now. Para shifting here. And I might just Terrasilize him and just start ripping Terra Star Storms. Honestly, would probably rather go for a, what's it called first and foremost? A Meteor Beam. Would be nice, but they're going to Terrasilize this thing into straight water. A bit of water action, so Senseo Strike not going to do that much damage into this thing. Let's see, how much damage is this going to do? It's +1 from Dragon Dance. Does okay damage. Lapras pretty bulky. And Psychic's going to launch here, and we're going to Terra Shell it. Cool. Alright, so I can Terra Shell up. I probably might just want to go into Terra Starstorm here, or I could rip a Meteor Beam to get things going. Let's see, he's going to go for Surf. Oh, man. Surf in the rain. Looking like a little bit of a threat here. Doing nice damage to Indeedee. Luckily, we did have it -1 on special attack, which is great news. A Photon Geyser should actually KO that. So I am just going to go for Meteor Beam and a Photon Geyser to finish off Lapras. So we'll go Photon Geyser, send it that way, and we will just go Meteor Beam into Indeedee. Photon Geyser getting that boost too from the terrain, which is really big for us. I should have just went for it in the first place instead of Senseo Strike. I don't know what I was thinking. But honestly, this opponent's giving us a run. I'll give it to him. We've seen this matchup here. They're giving us a run. Low battery on my hands. Hold up. I got you guys. I keep the cord plugged in at all times. You guys think I'm playing around when it comes to recording. I keep that cord on me, baby. On me at all times. Always plugged in, always ready to go. Whenever I need a little bit of charge, right? I think it's so funny that I do this every time. It's like once a month. You see the low battery symbol, I just go down and grab my cord. It's been plugged in pretty much since I've got this Switch. I keep it plugged in at all times. But who'd they end up swapping here? They end up swapping Indeedee. We take out Lapras with Photon Geyser. We say bye-bye to Lapras. And now I just get the Meteor Beam this Alolan Raichu. Cool. That's pretty much game, right? Yeah, it's pretty much game. Meteor Beam, baby. Get it, Terry. Get it, Terry the Terapagos. Special attack boost. Power Herb. Meteor Beaming. Bringing down low HP. Lovely. Lovely. So, Parasong dropped to 1. Yeah, I mean, as long as he don't protect, we'll be fine. I could honestly like play it safe and just swap the Crossman, play it safe, but I don't feel like they're gonna protect. I think we just attack when we end this game right here. If not, I mean, we have the Gouging Fire for later. Gouging Fire can handle a little bit of business once this rain ends, which should be like one more turn. Actually, it's gonna end right here due to my nice little tower type. So yeah, we're fine. We're chilling here. No problem. No problem for Jeans. So match number 1 gonna go to us. We got our restricted Pokemon out on the field. Bye-bye rain. Bye-bye terrain. Get it all on out of here. And Sunseal Strike is going to finish off Indeedee. Bye-bye to Indeedee. Get on out of here. So once this thing Dragon Dance up, it was just like hitting like a truck. Really hitting like a truck. It still had its weakness policy. But I mean, we didn't have to use it. Expanded Force going to fly without terrain. Which is great news because I soaked this all day long. Terra Starstorm. Game, set, match. Your boy Jeans taking match number 1 up against this Lapras squad. A lot of fun. Kind of funny that they landed those double blizzards that just took out my Tornadus, but it is what it is. We're sitting 1-0. Let's go hop into match number 2. Match number 2 coming at you guys, going up against a Kyogre squad. They also have Ting-Lu. They're rocking out with Rillaboom, Raging Bolt, Amoonguss, and Annihilate. Now, I could go Screens here right off the rip. Screens might be our best friend. I feel like we definitely want Rillaboom and Screens. I could also go into Terapagos, just because Terapagos can take away weather if we have to, but Screens Rillaboom probably going to be our lead, or do I just go Screen Terapagos? Let's go Screen Terapagos. Let's do that. So I'll go into both of them. I will go into Rillaboom, and I will bring Necrozma as my final Pokemon. One Pokemon that I am scared of that they do have is Annihilate, just because it could be that Choice Scarf Final Gambit Annihilate, which really could just get out of hand, and it's something I don't want to deal with. But we'll see, I guess. We'll see, I guess, because that Pokemon is very annoying. It really is. If they leave Kyogre without Annihilate, we might just Terrasilize and get after it. They're going to end up bleeding these two, which is fine by me. I mean, do I have the Cobra Cloak on... No, I don't have Cobra Cloak on any of them. Okay, so he gets to pick and choose who he wants to fake out here. Probably shouldn't fake out Terapagos, right? You would think. You would think. So I'm just going to set up this light screen for the for that Raging Bolt. Or I could honestly just Spirit Break it down and light screen next turn. Yeah, that actually sounds a little bit better. Just get that special attack drop into that thing. I'm just going to protect Terapagos. Instead of going for light screen, I think they're just going to double down into Terapagos. Yeah, there's the fake out. And I could see them just doubling down with like a Draco Meteor even, maybe. I'm just going to go for Calm Mind Boost. Alright, so we're going to have to keep that under control. I have to keep that under control. I don't think we can. That's going to be a rough thing to get rid of. That's going to be rough. I mean, we're able to do this, which is great news. Deal really good damage in that slot. That's actually really good. And that's probably going to be our way of countering this thing. It's just Spirit Breaking it. Yeah, because Spirit Break's physical attacking. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop its special attack and just keep Spirit Breaking it. So instead of setting up a screen this turn, we're just going to attack it again. And from here, we are just going to end up Meteor Beaming this Rillaboom slot, which is great. Get that special attack boost. I can really get going with them. So out comes Meteor Beam. He's looking to get a little bit of leftovers HP here. Maybe even Terrasilize next turn. Honestly, if you Terrasilize, we might just go into a Terra Starstorm next turn. I really don't want to pop this just yet, though. That's my only issue I have here. That's my big issue. Is I don't want to pop Terra type until Kyogre gets out on the field. And hopefully they bring him out right here, right now. So if they bring him out, then I can just Terrasilize and get rid of the terrain. I can get rid of the weather. And no, they're going to bring out Tinglu instead. So they're looking to really just get after it with what's called here. With Raging Bolt. But the thing is, if they force Terrasilize with Raging Bolt here, they end up doing that. That means my Rillaboom could just deal with Kyogre later. Which is actually great news for us. Okay. I don't mind this. Let's just go for another Spirit Break here. We don't have to set up a screen yet. We don't have to. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go into here. Let's Terra Starstorm. Let's Terra Starstorm. A little bit of Terra type action. Little bit of Terra type action. I wonder if they Terrasilize. I'm really curious to see if they do or don't. I'm hoping they don't. I really hope they don't. But I'm sending it here. We'll deal with what's called later. We'll deal with Kyogre later. They got Kyogre. They got Rillaboom in the back end. We got Necrozma. We have Rillaboom in the back end, which is good news. Out comes our Terra type. They do have Tinglu out on the field that drops special attack. But we're not going to see a Terra type pop out from them, are we? No, we don't. Which is pretty good news for us. Pretty solid news for us. Terra Starstorm +1. Gonna chip up some nice damage across the board. Lovely. Calm Mind's gonna boost this thing again. And we're actually gonna be able to Spirit Break it down, which is big news for us. Cool. I like that all day. I like that all day. Spirit Break launches. Hopefully this thing's out rocking Fisher. It's gonna go for Fisher, and we just get rid of Raging Bolt here. That's a big time KO with a crit. With a crit. Love you, Grimmsnarl. That's a big time crit, because I was not a fan of that thing. He's gonna snarl up. Oh man. Not snarling. Not snarling. Alright, who are you gonna go into here? Who are you going into? Because I might just set up the light screen at this point. Protect the Terapagos. We'll see. So Terapagos back even on the attack board. Rillaboom's gonna come out here. I'm just gonna attack this turn. Actually, I'm gonna set up this Reflect. Look at these screens going. So Reflect into Terra Starstorm. I don't know if they're gonna. They might just fake out the Grimmsnarl this turn. Yeah, which is why I didn't protect. The Grimmsnarl flinches. Probably just going to go for another Snarl. We get off one last Terra Star Storm. One last Terra Star Storm. Before they're actually just going to keep snarling me really low. We're not really doing much damage here. No, he's going for Ruination instead. I think he thought we were protecting. So that's pretty good. So there's that. Do I choose to set up Light Screen? I think so. Because we know Kyogre's the late game Pokemon. We know Kyogre's that late game Pokemon. They still have Terra type. They kind of saved it for it. I am just going to set up the Light Screen instead of the Reflect to deal with that. So I'm going to do that. This will just keep ripping Terra Star Storms, just keep chunking up damage here. Whereas the guy's gonna launch, we die out. That sucks we didn't get off the screen. Really does suck that we didn't get off the screen there. The Terra Star Storm flies here. A little bit more damage. We might have to swap it next turn. It is what it is. Doing okay damage. So we're just slowly chipping up. Just slowly chipping up, and out comes the Snarl here. The special attack drops. I could bring out Necrozma here to start attacking, which might be my play. Just get Necrozma ripping. Or I could bring out Rillaboom. I think we just bring out Necrozma and just start getting after it. I like Necrozma here. So Necrozma out and about. If they Snarl, they will actually pop Terra or Weakness Policy. So I could go into Dragon Dance, but I think just attacking is probably just going to be our play. Both these moves do the same amount of damage. We're just going to go into Sunseal Strike just because I think it looks a bit cooler. And then we will just go into a hard swap here of Rillaboom. Just so I have Terapagos for later. Terapagos is a good Pokemon later in the game. Alright. Bring out my lovely little Rillaboom. No screens got off for us, but we did kick it with our what's it called? Can't even think of that Pokemon's name. With our Grimmsnarl, Spirit Break taking out the Raging Bolt. Really big for us, especially after it was Calm Mind boosted. So they pick up the KO there. He's going to end up going for Ruination, which I do not like. That's going to half our HP. I was really hoping they'd go for Snarl that turn. Alright, how many turns left in this grassy terrain? Maybe 2, maybe 3? And there's the Kyogre. So Kyogre's going to pop out here. We do have Fake Out, and I probably am just going to Fake It out, right? How many turns are left in this? Yeah, 2 turns left in terrain. I am going to Fake It out this turn. And I am just going to go for a Sunseal Strike in this slot. Just to see what he wants to do. And he's just going to end up protecting this turn, which is fine. I mean, I get off some free damage here. Then I could just Grass Glide it next turn if I want to. Double Protect. Dragon Dance would have been big that turn. Would have been big. Would have been big. To be honest, I think I'm just going to go for a Wood Hammer into this Kyogre slot instead of Grassy Glide. Actually, is it outspeeding me? It might. It just might. It just might. Alright, last turn in terrain. Last turn in terrain. We're double down into the slot. We're going here. We go for the Wood Hammer. I'm going for the Wood Hammer. Let's try to get off some big damage into this thing. Wonder if he's Water Terra. He's got to be Grass Terra. I'm going for Wood Hammer into the slot. Is it Water, Grass? Fairy. I went for Photon Geyser into it too. I wish I would have went for our other move. But he goes into Fairy Terra type here. I'm not going for Grass Glide. Photon Geyser is actually outspeeding, which is really big for us. And I get off some nice damage, just so Water Spout isn't doing that much to us. He ends up going with Origin Pulse, which Rillaboom should soak all day. Same thing with Necrozma. Necrozma with the soak. Wood Hammer flies out here. Enough to KO with the crit. I think we were KOing regardless. Wood Hammer is just so strong, especially in terrain. And we get rid of Kyogre and we pretty much set ourselves up for victory. So, great second match here. Back and forth. Luckily, we were able to get that Raging Bolt out of the way. Stomping Tantrum flies. That is going to KO our boy. But, Rillaboom, I knew I needed you. I needed you, Rillaboom. Coming in clutch with that big-time Wood Hammer. I knew I needed you. The Rillaboom in the back end goes crazy. We can now bring back out our pretty much full HP Terapagos, and it turns to a 2v1. Match number 2. Going to your boy. Come on, man. That's too easy. We'll go for Terra Starstorm here. We will go for another Wood Hammer. And they're just going to cancel the match. So, 2-0. Final match for today's video. Going up against a Regulation I squad. Double Sunsetter, Koraidon, and Groudon. Double Sunsetter. We'll see how this one plays out here. We do have Rain Dance on our Tornadus, and we also have Terapagos to kind of get rid of Weather here as well. So I'm going to go into Tornadus and Necrozma. Ring Terapagos, and then last but not least, I go Gouging Fire here. Gouging Fire's not bad. It's got Snarl, it's got it all. I'm gonna go into Gouging Fire. Let's do it. Gouging Fire in the late game, especially if they do end up winning the Weather War and getting Sun out. Flare Blitz is just gonna do a ridiculous amount of damage, so I'm cool with that. You got Breaking Swipe to drop physical attack, Snarl to drop special attack. Again, they have a lot of physical attackers, so Breaking Swipe might be the clutchest move on the board right now. So let's see who they want to lead here. Probably Sunsetter here. Groudon and Skull Villain. Let's just Rain Dance, right? Did we just Rain Dance here? I think so. Rain Dance and probably Terrasilize you in the water. Just go for Dragon Dance at this point. Nice little Water Terror with the Dragon Dance. Trying to set up. We do have a Astonish, and we could have went for that with the weakness policy, but it's better to use our Tornadus' turn right now. Just to, you know, get rid of this weather. Can't really have him thriving out here with like Heat Crashes and Fire moves and whatnot. So we'll set up this rain here. We'll get rid of the weather. It's just going to go for a Thunder Punch here, which I was going to say might take me out. That's a good chunk of damage, and I get off this Dragon Dance, which I love. So Dragon Dance out and about. Beautiful, lovely, awesome. And he's going to go for a Spicy Extract here. Boosting this thing's attack. Alright. Alright, I see you. I understand. We'll now go for this. And do we go for Photon Geyser? We could potentially swap you into Sunlight. Yeah, I'm just going to go Photon Geyser here. Let's see. Spicy Extract popping out here. I believe Spicy Extract normally just like lowers your defense stat. Oh, we swapped you. Go into Koraidon. I have Photon Geyser launched in the slot. But Spicy Extract normally lowers defense. Oh yeah, Koraidon's gone. Cool. Awesome. Bye-bye, Koraidon. Get on out my face. Get it on out my face. That's fine by me. Bleak Wind can still land. Flamethrower's actually outspeeding us now. It's probably with Chlorophyll. But Spicy Extract looking pretty cool. There's that. He's going to actually swap. I'm surprised he swapped Groudon after Spicy Extract boosting it. Because now I just get to get rid of you. And I get to bring out Terapagos. And if they bring out Groudon, then I could just, you know, Terrasilize. Actually, I can't Terrasilize anymore. It kind of sucks. But I could just go into you. I mean, you're clear, Amulet. They got Weather Control. You're pretty good here. I'm just going to go into Terapagos here. Yeah, let's go Terapagos here. We got Terapagos. I can still just Meteor Beam, pick up some nice damage, which is good. Get that special attack boost. And he's going to go back into Groudon. So Groudon could go for Spicy Extract. We're just going to double down into that slot. I think we just attack that, right? I think we just attack that. Meteor Beam. Nah, we're going to do that. We're going to go Meteor Beam there, and then I'll just Photon Geyser to slot here again. Because there is a chance that he could Terrasilize into Fire. Kind of bypass some Sunseal Strike damage. But I like this. Meteor Beam should be able to KO Skull Villain unless it's Focus Sash, which it could definitely be. Spicy Extract going to pop here again. Boost this thing's attack stats, and it's looking a little scary. Not going to sit here and lie. Photon Geyser launching. How much damage are we doing? Half at least? Pretty much. Almost exactly half. Thunder Punch flies. Can we soak this? We do all day. Prison Armor is a beautiful thing to have. And I get my weakness policy, baby. And I get my weakness policies. Now I'm sitting +3 on attack, +1 on speed. Really good. Meteor Beam's going to fly here. Do some nice damage into Skull Villain. And I really do like this combo that you're using. You don't get to see the Pepper Pokemon Skull Villain too often. Which I think is such a dope Pokemon. I think it's the only Pokemon that is Fire and Grass besides Ogerpon now. It was. At the time, it was the only Fire and Grass Pokemon. But I ended up dumping on Skull Villain. I'm sitting in a pretty position here. +3 with my Necrozma. Shenpao's going to fly out here. He could Sucker Punch me, but I think I should be able to soak up a Sucker Punch. And from here, I mean, probably just going Earth Power, chipping up damage into that slot. And honestly, I'm just going to double down into Shenpao, because you might protect here. You might protect Groudon. Maybe I should have attacked Groudon. We're going to see a Terra-type launch from Shenpao. Going into Stellar. I think he wants to go for Sucker Punch and look to KO me here. That might be enough. Let's see. He does protect the Groudon. So I do make that Groudon call, which is really good on our end. And he's just going to let us attack. Awesome. He doesn't go for Sucker Punch. Great call on my end to actually read that Groudon, protect, get off the Sunseal Strike, and bring you down to 1 HP. Because he wants to KO my Necrozma, no problem. That's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to get rid of Necrozma. I'd be surprised if you leave him on the field. Lash Out pops out here. Yeah, and he's going to take out my Necrozma. Alright, so be it. That's fine. And I end up soaking it. Come on now. Come on now. We're soaking that all day. And we double down into Shen Pao. We get rid of it. That's going to be game, set, match. Another 3-0 perfect record for your boy. Come on, man. That's too easy. That's too easy. That's way too easy. I can now just go into an Earth Power here and go into another Sunseal Strike. Thanks for playing. Battle was canceled. GG's. What a set of 3 matches for today's video. Necrozma and Terapagos going crazy with their power herb and weakness policy. 3-0 perfect record. Cannot ask for much more than that. Necrozma rocking out with Dragon Dance, setting that up and going crazy with that. Terapagos using Meteor Beam, boosting that special attack, going crazy with that. And then the rest of the team really just gelling this squad together. You had Grimmsnarl pop out, you had Rillaboom, you had Tornadus, you had Gouge Fire. Just everything works so well with this squad. I would definitely consider it more off meta than like the normal regulation I teams, which is why it was so much fun to use. But guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like button for me. And if you're new here, click that big red subscribe button so you know when all of my videos go live. Seriously, you guys rock out. Make sure you spread positive every day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.